Bird dog. So what we're doing is we're going to a quadruped position, which is our hands and knees, and we're trying to move our upper extremity and our lower extremity independent of what our trunk is doing. So really we can get some glute firing, we can get some of our rotator cuff muscles firing, we can get our lower trap. Essentially, in our upper extremity, muscles that are associated with upward rotation or getting into an overhead position. And then with our hip, we can get hip extension, which is our glutes. And then we also get some trunk, so we're trying to resist the rotation and the extension at the same time. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg, or kind of like a cross-body diagonal pattern. The most common pattern that we see by far is people when they go to lift, their low back immediately arches. And then when they go to hip extension, they can't really differentiate hip extension from lumbar extension, or they can't really differentiate moving through their hip from their back. And we'll see them move more through their low back than they do through their hip. So the important piece of this movement is you're able to feel where your trunk is in space, that you're able to lock up that low back, and you're able to isolate the motion to the hip and to the shoulder. So when we go from the side, most people are gonna benefit from doing some version of a cat-cow. So if they drive into arching their back, rounding their back, find somewhere in the middle. Now from here, a lot of times people will cue, suck your belly button in. I feel like when they suck their belly button in, it's really hard for them to keep the tension in their abdomen. So I like the cue to breathe in through your nose, push your belly toward the floor. So now I'm more stable because I have a better length tension relationship, as we call it, in my midsection. So when I go to reach, I'm trying to get my right hand and left knee to be off the ground. And then when I go to kick and reach my arm, I'm trying to maintain that straight line position and only go as high as I can without moving through my low back. So if I start to come up and my low back dips, then I don't go as high with my arm or my leg. And this may be a movement that you have to set up a camera, meaning your phone or something off to the side, if you don't have access to like a big mirror to where you can get some feedback. Because as I mentioned earlier, the whole point of this drill is for you to be able to move in and out of those two positions without cheating and moving through your low back.